Hello, Guardians and Assassins, and welcome to this episode of Crucible School. So, today, guys, we need to talk about something very, very important. We need to talk about the use of radar. I have not edited any of this clip, so you guys are seeing the raw, full version of everything here. This is just to better help you out. Now, one of the very first things I did was I went and I changed the colors that show up on my map there, on my radar. The way that I did that is I went into options, went down into the accessibility option, and then went all the way down to red and green, I believe it is. This changed the colors drastically of my radar, so I'd be able to tell exactly where enemies are a little bit easier, because if you look up in the corner there, it's very notable when you see yellow on your radar compared to, you know, whatever color it normally is. Well, anyways, this is a very good tool and technique to be able to know exactly where your enemies are and exactly where your fellow Guardians are. So, one good rule of thumb: wherever your teammates are, that's where the enemies are not. Whatever direction your teammates are shooting in, that's the direction where your enemies are. Pretty nice, pretty simple. You guys get the point. As you see here, guys, this hallway on Emperor's Respite, never peek down the hallway. I mean, come on now. There are people sitting there. They will always be waiting with Midas, team shots, and all kinds of things to welcome your, wondering gaze, which is not a good thing. Normally, jumping over things is a really good way to surprise somebody, but in this case, everybody goes for the high traffic area on the left side of the map compared to the low traffic area on the right side of the map. If you're going to surprise somebody, use the right hand side of the map. I happen to miss both my grenade launcher shots in this. That's because of the fact of grenade launchers not being very popular in the Crucible, and if you guys have been paying attention to the last video, I happen to like my swords a whole lot. See, guys, well, you know what? Since you know people are going to be there, maybe it is okay to peek down there, but it's never okay to use that as a pathway of travel if you're trying to go from point C to point B there. Normally, everybody goes on the opposite side from where I'm running when they go from A, B, and C. It's the most high traffic, it's the most open, and at the same point in time, it's the most expected. This power ammo right here normally gets ignored, and if it doesn't get ignored and you guys get into one of the matches where people are actually paying attention to where their power ammo is, well, every once in a while you gotta fight a teammate for it. Or just let them have it. Just as long as somebody grabs it. A little bit of advice right here, guys. If you ever want to win a match on Emperor's Respite, all you have to do is hold A and hold B, because you will always know where your enemies are coming from. Always. Your spawn will always be the good spawn, and it's a whole lot easier to defend this particular point than any other ones. You can actually see any traffic to the other points if you look at the left and right side of B there. No matter what you do, always make sure that you have A capped. And if you take C, you're going to get the bad spawn, and your opponents will inevitably get point A and point B. Guys, supers are something of a different story here, because in Destiny 1, as everybody knows, you were able to blow 2 or 3 supers in a row. Well, not in a row, but you were able to blow 2 to 3 supers, per match, and if you did incredibly good, that super actually helped to boost your score a little bit. Well, here in 2, you're lucky if you get your super twice a match. Keep in mind, guys, I am not in this alone. If you are watching the kill feed at all, one of my clan members, Rockjock, is actually in this gameplay with me. Me and him are actually communicating through the microphone as we speak. Also, pay attention to the upper left-hand corner of the screen there. You will notice all 3 symbols, which are different, different subclasses, different people. Well, in a little bit here, you'll notice that one of them decides to disappear, so we actually were doing a 3-on-4 match. The guy who decided to either drop out or get booted wasn't doing too well with his KD. And there he goes. Now guys, I'm not sure if he was booted out, if he lost connection, or what happened, but I do feel bad for him. At this point, we have everything pretty well wrapped up, but, it's still 70-30, and we just went down to 3 members versus their 4. Right now, they have control of all areas, but I'm not too worried about the other areas. I'm trying to grab something at this point because I do want to make sure that every kill that I do get is, actually counted for something. Guys, if you are unaware at this point, the more areas that you own, that's how much the score gets times by when you get a kill. And this guy got outplayed. There's my teammate right there, which would be Rockjock. He's he's definitely not a bad PvPer, even though, he may not think so, but, he's definitely not bad. In that situation, I jumped in to save my teammate, but at the same point in time, I was still doing 1 versus 3. That's actually a very rough predicament to be in, and normally you will lose if you go into 1 versus 3 situations. Unless you have something that, you can push with, i.e. a super, full heavy. Here's a little treat for all you guys out there. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you really like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and hey, great gaming. Oh, I almost forgot one little last bit here. If you go and you made it to the end of the video, please do me a favor. If you happen to like what you see and you want to play with me, go ahead and apply to the clan. If you reference this video in the application or send me a private message with this video mentioned along with an application, you will automatically be accepted in. Happy gaming, everybody.